Actually, never mind. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just glanced down at the clock and like a second, I was like, wait, 1 second. But it is too late. Hi, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the back of my RV. You'll notice that it is a little dimmer today. We don't have all the bright lights on, so I apologize for that in terms of like what quality that gives, you know, from what you guys can see. But the bright lights are not, they don't partner well with headaches, migraines, that kind of thing. And so I wanted to try doing the show this way with just natural lighting. So it's kind of, and it's not even a bright day today either. So sorry that worked out, because it was all sunshine yesterday and now it's a little bit cloudy and rainy, which is awesome. I miss seeing rain. I hope you are all having a fabulous Saturday, and I am so grateful that so many of you have been able to join me. Hello, aloha, Shannon. I see all my friends' faces. Hello, my Australian friends, my Blue Wrench crew. Thank you very much for being my little smoters today. Hi, hello, everybody. I'm so happy to see your little faces. Tracy Cannon is whipping up healthy sips, which is awesome given the direction that our community will be headed. We are still in California. We are parked on my mother's property. She has her house faces that direction, and then she has this RV pad. So like I'm looking out on her neighboring street like a little spy. She calls me Mrs. Kravitz. I don't know if you guys remember Bewitched and how they had a nosy neighbor, Mrs. Kravitz. But I feel like I have no choice when I sit back here. Like I see it all. I see everything going on in the neighborhood. So I apologize for last night having to cancel the show. I had I don't know what's going on really, but I feel like almost every day I wake up with a headache and I go to bed with a headache. And some days the headache is a full-blown migraine, and I absolutely hate putting stuff on our calendar and then having to cancel. This particular month, we added a little note that our lives are subject to change due to apparently my health, my health issues that I suddenly have. And I'm sorry for those of you who have health issues. I'm sure many of you commiserate and understand that we all plan on things and sometimes they don't work out. So, but just know I always absolutely hate letting you guys down. You are the best of friends, that you always support me. You show up, you're enthusiastic about being part of the community. And so it is, and I know some of you make plans to be here. So just know that I don't take it lightly that I ever have to do that, and I am just so sorry that it inconveniences my favorite people. So today is our Crafternoon with Cori show, and if you are not familiar with that particular format, this is the show that is less chat, more chit. So it's a 1 to 2 hour show, and I pretty much dive in like right into the crafting. I think I've even talked too much at this point. But I did want to let you know I'm kind of doing things differently for this show because I did have to skip LNCC last night. So this is going to be 1 hour of just diving in, crafting, and then at the end of that hour, I will be much more chatty, perhaps even setting the craft aside and just chatting. I do have some things I do want to talk to you guys about. I see so many of your little faces in here that are just like you're part of the Ride or Die crew, the ones that are just very faithful to be very active in the community. And so I find that sharing things with you guys on the lives is very helpful because you attendees tend to be the most active members in the community. So it's a very good opportunity to get like a read on things. And as you know, like Mark and I are not trying to devise a club that benefits us alone. But it also helps to get a feel for like things that I'm perhaps wanting to change or tweak or maybe do differently. I love having feedback. I like getting a temperature on how that idea is shaking out. And I do understand I cannot possibly make everybody happy, although I wish I could. So So some of your feedback, when it's given, I appreciate that you take the time. I wish I could implement all feedback, but it's nice to get a read. So last time I was able to do a live show, I shared a few things, and that gave me a lot of encouragement that perhaps I was on the right track. So I wanted to circle back to that conversation and then give you guys some more insight into where Mark and I are thinking about how we are going to be evolving the reset community at large and how that's going to look. And mostly it's just simply because the luck of the draw. My health situation has rewritten the chapter that I am currently in. And I think that's a lovely way to look at things like that, is you can be cruising down, and following your plans in life, and you suddenly get a reset that you don't plan on or particularly like. And so the best way to handle any reset is to really assess, okay, what do I need to do now? Just quickly, efficiently, and get through it. It might involve grieving. It might, and that is a process that each person handles differently. But really, it's about assessing what are my next steps. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I'm sure most of you guys here are probably fine with the chatty and the crafty, but I do feel an obligation to honor the structure of the show. So I'm going to jump into my Crafty Club playbook. Now, you guys know that we have our new spring book is upon us. I have it right here. You can see that I haven't even bound it yet. I have not come to the decision, although I probably am leaning towards the disc bound. It just has the most, in my opinion, it has a lot of flexibility because of the other initiatives that I'm going to launch. So when I talk to you guys later more towards the end of the show, then you will understand. I had full on and planned on doing this with the little binder rings. I was all about it, junk journal style, but I think I'm leaning a different way. So I do have it, haven't jumped into it yet. So if you haven't either, I hope that gives you validation. I still have plenty to do in my winter book. I did not do much at all. I will be perfectly honest. We were doing the Harmony retreat, and then boom, everything changed for me. So one thing I would love to do in my book is I want to jump into the pockets, because in 8 days, the Pocket Fever workshop is going to go live. If you purchased your Pocket Fever workshop with your playbook, which you can do, we bundled them together so you could get some savings. It's not required. The playbook isn't required for Pocket Fever workshop, and the Pocket Fever workshop is not required for the playbook. They are separate entities, but we bundled them together for your, for some financial savings. But I personally am, I'm a pocket junkie. I love them. They are so fun. We put together a really fun workshop where we give you many different ideas of how you can fill your pockets, why they're a fun investment, why they're a fun add-on to your playbook. They make sense to add them to your playbook now. So I actually went ahead and I went back to my photo roll and I grabbed some pictures off of my photo roll, printed them to my $5 photo paper that I'm smitten with, and I just plan on doing some simple little pockets while we spend our time together today. I personally, Miss Rachel asked me what the pros of the discs are. So one thing about discs is that they give you a nice sturdy binding. So everything is very nice. It turns nicely on the discs. It's just sturdy. When you have the rings, you end up with a bit of, let me grab the ginormous rings I have. Okay, so these are very exaggerated in size because I just have such big, I had such a big book. But with these, the book is not as sturdy. Everything's a little looser. It's just more organic, loosey-goosey. There's just not as much structure. Now, this can be fine, especially in a playbook where it's meant to be fun and lighthearted, and it's not a planner. So, it can have a little bit of wiggle. But the wiggle is a lot of wiggle. And now obviously, so don't just stare at my rings and just judge that based on these rings, because these rings are huge. Okay, this is a very, very extreme situation, but this was the quickest thing I could grab to show you. The rings are just basically looser. And so when you're flipping your book around, if I were picturing you working in your book like you were doing more like a planner, I think most of us feel a little bit more comfortable with the structured feeling of a planner, that it's a little bit more professional and it's not loosey-goosey. And I feel like the disc bound is a compromise between a nice binding like that that's structured, but then, you know, you can add, there's Happy Planner is actually who makes these pocket pages that are punched and can be blended into your playbook. You also can add other products too, like you can kind of join your playbook and if you use the Happy Planner, for instance, you could join those together into one big book. I'm going to be releasing a couple other add-ons to this that then you could turn into a more structured book. And I think the structure is what I like. I just like that. And what's fabulous too is it bends back on itself really easily. So if you're like me and I like writing in my notebook a lot, you know, I really like spiral binding. It's like a spiral bound book where it folds over on itself and you can just use half of your page. It's a little harder to do that with your binder rings. It's not impossible, you can. It just doesn't feel the same. It's just not, the structure isn't the same. Everything's kind of wild. You gotta move it. I think both of them have they're pros and cons. They're totally pros to rings. Rings are awesome. I love rings. I invested in a whole box of rose gold binder rings in all different sizes, so I love them too. They have their place. But for what I'm gonna roll out to you guys, the add-on that has a health component and there will be a faith component, I just feel like maybe you guys are the kind of girls that are going to enjoy that structured feel. I've been watching a lot of Project Runway, so I feel like the word structure is part of that vocabulary. Okay, see, and Bonnie just validated me. She said I'm totally a disc user, like the structure of it. And basically I'm breaking a lot of rules right now because I have yet to start crafting, and that's what I promised I'd do. So I'm going to go and jump into the back of the book where I have this little tab that says memory keeping. So I kind of had added these pages for the pockets, and I also have smaller little pages. These are from the little snap. They're like a little, I cannot remember, and I don't think I even have the packaging anymore. So Simple Stories sells these little small pack pages. They're little 6x4 size. And what I like to do, and I can show you where I've done it here in this book, is I like to cover the edge with washi. I have an example in here. I swear I just saw it. Here it is. Okay, so as you can see, I covered the whole edge, which was punched for rings. I covered it with washi, and then I put it into my punch and punched it. And that gives me now the ability to turn these little pages that were punched for rings. I have now adapted them for discs. So if you happen to have 6x8 pocket pages in your collection, your stash, and they are punched with the little ring holes, but you really like the disc bound, that's all you need to do is just cover that up with washi. That just helps it, the structure of it, and then punch it, and you will not ever see the holes are completely gone. I can't tell if you can see that as well as I can see it. There we go. Okay, so you can do your memory keeping or how you have it laid out in your book any way you want. I just wanted to have my own little, like a separate little section of pockets that are just like random. It's not based on specific dates or being in a certain order. I just thought it would be fun to just add pockets to my book in general and just have fun filling them up. So in addition to some pocket pages, I have some photos that I printed out, and then I have my little box of paper. It's like my scrap stash that I have all my scrap, not all of it, but lots of different types of papers in here that I like to use for backgrounds. The other thing I like using is these are the crop tools that Simple Stories released. I went ahead and made, I added some other sizes to these. These are the little, what are they called? Photo crops? Yeah. So photo crops. I understand several people have said that they appear to be sold out. I looked this up extensively and they don't have them even on their own webpage anymore. So I'm wondering if maybe that they are discontinued. And if that is the case, you could create your own if you needed to using the dollar store chopping mats. So Dollar Tree is the store that sells these, and you can get them two in a pack. They also sell them online. You just have to be willing to buy, I think you need to buy 6 packs of 2, which is awesome because then you're set for having covers and everything. I'm pretty sure that you can do that. Now, I'm pretty sure that was the deal. The other place you can go to is go onto Amazon, and they also sell a pack of these as well. Not as inexpensively, but it would do. And then you can cut them down to size into the kind of typical sizes you would need for the little pocket pages, which is like 4x4, 3x3, 2x2, 6x4, 3x4. It's like a little song. We create pocket cards in our little kits and little collections that we do when TRG does printables. So we always I like to include little things you can tuck into your pockets because I'm like promoting pockets now. I'm a pocket promoter. That's my side hustle. And so that's my way of like making sure that you have cute stuff to fit in them. The Harmony kit came with really cute little pocket cards. So that is like a really fun little thing. This will get kind of reviewed again in the Pocket Fever workshop. It also was something I covered when the pockets came into play during Camp Wannacraft. So if you attended Camp Wannacraft, that would be something you're probably familiar with all of these materials. Again, so much talking, so little crafting. I feel like I've blown this entire event. Okay, so I'm going to fill me some pockets up here. So I have this one page that's got the grid of 3x4. I need a second. 1 second. One moment, friends. Okay, back in a flash. Okay, woo. Sandy said if you have a Daiso in your area, that they would have the cutting mats too. I would look at any dollar store, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar you have in your area and check out their kitchen section to see if they have these type of mats. But again, Amazon carries them, and Dollar Tree online also had them. You just had to buy more. And I'm telling you, I've probably gone through at least 4 packs so far, probably 5. The material is awesome. It makes a great cover for your playbook, a cover for your planner. It's frosted, so it's not shiny, clear, transparent, but it's really nice to give you that nice sturdiness. So they're worth hunting down and having, oddly enough, in your arsenal. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start filling pockets. What's fun about using the little crops for this is that you can just, so you find the little crop size you need. In this case, it's a 3x4. And once you have that size you need, you can cut out anything you want with it. You can use it to trim down a photo. scrapbook paper. It can be oddly cut. It can have, like as an example, I'm going to cut this paper that's going to include part of this mustard yellow and this writing on the bottom. I want that included because it will give it visual interest and it will look fun and a little different. So I missed your little faces, you guys. I really do feel so disconnected from you guys. I'm like, what are they up to? Are they hanging out in the clubhouse? Are they having fun? And I recognize that it's hard for you guys to connect with each other and talk the way you can in our chat room unless I go live. If I don't do that, you guys are kind of cut off from that communication. So so it got me thinking, like, I need to make sure that somehow, some way, the chat room at the very minimal is something that people can access so they can talk to each other. You know, it's not just about me, it's about you guys being able to chat with your friends, because that's what, you know, many of us feel like we're friends because we've been doing this for such a long time here in the community. As you can see, I'm just grabbing some like vintage ledger paper. This is from 1915. I am cutting sacred paper, but that's what it's cool about using it, is it's giving it a new life, and it's not just mustering away, moldering, mustering. I think I'm just making up a new word, mustering away. Mr. Crafty was absolutely sure I was making up the word moldering, and I'm like, I'm not. It's a real word. I can't help it if I have an amazing vocabulary. So I'm throwing in some. The only thing that bugs me is that the photo crops don't completely fill a pocket. I think that's just, I have found that to be true. And I don't know how you guys feel about your pockets being like completely full, but I sort of feel like I want them totally full. I don't like having the little clear edges around. I might have to like remake a new size of these, which I did during Camp Wanna Craft, is I made slightly larger ones that made the pocket full. I just like it. Who's for a full pocket and who's like, I'm okay with having the clear edges? Who's a full pocket girl? There you go, Celia. Cody says she can hear Mr. Crafty laughing in the background. Yeah, he's pretty loud.
Rude and hurtful.
Rude and hurtful, he says. See what I'm saying? Like, rude and hurtful just gets batted around here so often. I just say he's kind of loud, and I get rude and hurtful. I get rude and hurtful all the time, you guys. Okay, I'm cutting out this this little mustard honey because she's cute. And at this point, I'm just kind of pulling out random stuff, random paper that I just think would look good randomly in the pockets. It doesn't even have to make any kind of logical sense. I'm trying to decide, this paper is just a little bit too short. Just a little bit too short. That would be cute, but that paper is not the right size either. But it would be if I married it. So how can I make this? It's the fact that it's too short, not too narrow. So that's not going to work for me. How about that? So is this too short? This is not too short. So it's not too short, it's just too skinny. So if I married it to some white paper here, with the little stars on it, which I love. Let me see. I don't know. It's like I'm kind of trying to make it look wonky. Because it's not even going to be... Okay, so I don't know if this is going to make sense what I'm doing here, but I'm taking 2 sheets of scrapbook paper, and neither one of them fill the pockets or anything. I'm gluing them together, and probably shouldn't be gluing on top of my pocket page. that's just bad craft etiquette right there. So I'm just attaching these kind of a bit randomly. And see, it's kind of messy, like it's torn at the top, so the white comes up over the pink. The pink part has part of the writing on it. It's all kinds of weird, in my opinion. Where's my crop? There we go. And now I'm taking my photo crop and lining it up where I want it to be. So I could start up here at the top, which would include the torn edge, and it would include a lot less of the white paper down here. Or I could make it come down and it would have more of that. I think I'm going to start at the torn edge. I think that looks really cool. Or I could do both. How about I do both? So I'm just holding wherever my crop is. This is the piece of rectangle I'm going to get out of it to put in the pocket, which is what's really fun about this kind of clear material, that you can do that with. You can see what you're going to get. So there's my little wonky piece of paper, and it's going in here. This is still big enough to keep, but I will move this into one of my smaller scrap stash boxes. And then I love craft paper, is a fabulous paper, so I'm going to use this. And this is not to say that I'm only using these. I'm just getting them all prepped. I might replace a couple of these with some photos. I just like being able to see them all. So there's some rectangles. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the pictures that I have that are actually 3x4s, and then decide which photos look best with the paper I have to work with. The thing I like about the memory keeping that we're kind of doing in the playbook is it feels very, very beginner level, very simple and approachable, and it doesn't feel intimidating. I've always been a person who's I admire people who do memory keeping, but I'm very intimidated by what appears to be a lot of products, a lot of process. There's a lot of steps that generally happen with that. You know, people want to have this gloriousness and all of the yumminess with their photos, but there's so many steps, from taking a good photo and editing it, then having, printing it, and then showcasing it well. And that's a lot. But having said that, it's just something I think that going forward I'm going to try to do more, especially in the health community that we're working on, because I really want to help people. I really want people to be able to why is that photo cropped like that? I really wanted people to be able to document their journey. That is such an important part of the health journey. It is a journey, and like any journey, it's wonderful to be able to document both the ups and downs, your wins, and your aha moments, and all of that. And so this is something that I feel will make the whole experience special and different. And for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, thank you, Miss Brenda. Brenda has reminded everybody that we have 267 people watching, and it would be really awesome sauce if you guys wouldn't mind giving me a like in the little like button, so that the little algorithm that controls YouTube would help get my little video out there into the internets. So let me see here. So these are the two pictures I like the most. I love this pink. I think that's a really good one to have in this. So I think I'm going to go this direction, like that. And then on this side, I will put, there we go, do it this way. So that's how I'm going to break that up. And then I have these other pictures. So it would be awesome for, sorry, I got very squirreled there. It would be awesome if you guys could give me a like. I know if you're watching on your phone, it's a little bit more complex because you have to jump out of the video and jump back in. I wish they would make that simpler for people, but I would love it. And thank you, Miss Grace. Hi, Karen. Yes, I am feeling better today. I was determined no matter what I felt like. I do have a headache, but I had the lights off, and that helps it. Helps the situation greatly. So, okay. Did I miss something? There you go. Dawn has a wonderful reminder. The only bad photo is the one you don't take. Every photo tells part of your story. Virginia, it says that she's a full pocket girl. See, I forgot to go back. Ivelisse, I hope I said that right. Ivelisse says she's a full pocket girl too. And hi, Miss Angela Robertson. Am I done with my Harmony Retreat book? I personally am not done with mine. So basically, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen, I believe I've done a flip through of each section, but I may not have. So I can film a flip through of my progress all together and then just put it up on my regular YouTube channel. Can totally do that here. There, Ella, that's what I said, Miss Ella. She says, how about Alive with Mr. Crafty? That's what I said to him. I said, you could go on there. You could just talk about, I don't know, what would Mr. Crafty talk about that would be interesting? The silhouette, stickers, like he could, I don't know. I think Mr. Crafty could do, he can be entertaining. What could you talk about, Mark? He's just chuckling. That's his way of not really answering. When Mr. Crafty doesn't really want to disagree with me or like say out loud he doesn't, you know, that he doesn't, basically that he doesn't agree with something I'm saying, he'll just look at me and I'll say, did you hear me? Did you hear what I said? And he'll say, I hear you talking. That is code for, I hear what you're saying. I don't agree with you. But if I say that out loud, you're probably going to argue your way into trying to change my mind. And I don't want to hear that. So I'm just going to tell you, I hear you talking.
Winner, winner, chicken.
Yes. That's apparently the truth. And, you know, and you guys might be married to a guy like that too. He just wants to keep the peace. Doesn't want to tell his wife, I don't agree with you. And then have to listen to her defend and restate her case and just to get him to agree. Why are we like that as women? But that, remember what I said at the beginning of the year? That's the thing I think that God is trying to work on with me. And I'm, you know, trying to be very much more open to that as being more of a harmonious thinker and like not doing that anymore. So that's why when he does that, I just laugh and I just understand, okay, I can read between the lines. I don't always have to be right or have him agree with me. I accept. Okay, so here's my sweet little mustard gal in her little raincoat. Oh, my head is pounding, girls. I don't know. I've never had this many headaches before. I've always, I feel like the last few years I've kind of gotten the full-blown migraines for the first time in my life, but this has just been rough. It's really hard to think clear and like just feel like your best self when your head's always hurting. And it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. Okay, I'm going to put this little mustard. Okay, first I'm going to take my glasses off. Maybe that will help. Oh, there's the Amazon Prime truck. They've been coming to our house a lot lately because I've been ordering so many things lately. I have so many fun things to share. I've been ordering like a lot of healthy food, like chia seeds and stuff like that. And then I've been ordering books and exercise, like fun little exercise equipment things, which I'm really excited to use. I have a little mini trampoline, which is very hard to bounce on when you have a headache, I gotta tell you. But I've been buying little easy things to exercise with, and as part of the new direction that I hate to say it that way, as if the new direction, I don't know, that just kind of sounds weird. Our new direction. I love these little, I bought these in Germany. Ooh, a squirrel. They're these fun little stamps that look like you. There's another squirrel. That's funny. That was ironic. Look, a squirrel. Oh, look, there's a better squirrel. That was funny. But trying to see if I can make him work is a different story. I don't know. Oh, maybe down here. Yeah, like that. My ears are ringing. Anyway, I don't know how you guys are with Amazon. I think that I'm sure we've put some executive's kid through college at this point. But I have a lot of fun stuff, and I'm kind of still I'm kind of going back and forth. This is one of the things that your feedback is always helpful. So I've gone back and forth many times about the idea of, do I need to create a whole new YouTube channel just to kind of focus more about healthy habit talk? And I want to be really clear. This isn't about weight loss. It's just about living healthy habits, healthy, because if your goal is not to lose weight, I don't want you to feel like there isn't plenty of stuff for us to chat about and be encouraging with each other about, because there is. It has to do more with just, healthy living in general. And, and some of us do have weight loss goals, but that is not the entire focus. So then I think back and, go back and forth. If I have more of the health content on this channel, am I going to get people unsubscribing because they're like, oh, I don't care about my health? That's not what I want. I just want to sit and craft. Which is not to say there isn't some crafting, because there would be. It's just, it's going to be crafting around particular topics. I am having a hard time finding my word strips. It's like, you know what, you guys? I think I made a box of little things to craft with to show you guys, like, look, I put everything in this one box. And now I don't know where the box is, because I am positive. Didn't I do a video where I was showing you guys, look how you can kind of make a simple little kind of kit? Does that sound familiar? I could have sworn I had a bin. Maybe it was in the Harmony Retreat, and I was showing, like in a workshop video, I was showing like, here, look, here's my little easy peasy kit. And now I don't know where. Okay. Well, shucks. Because now I have no idea where my word strips are. And that's a bummer, because I'm pretty sure that is what happened, because I don't even see my other tool that I love to use, which is my Dymo label maker. Can somebody... Yes, it was in the Harmony Retreat. Thanks, Maureen. What? Say it again, sir.
Throw out the layering circles.
Here's my layering circles. There's maybe the layering circles. Maybe the layering circles will find the word strip. Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm losing my mind right now. Where's all my stuff? I didn't even realize I didn't have it. Where would I have put it? I literally don't go anywhere with my crafting stuff. I sit here. I sit here with you guys. Oh, Mamma Mia. Okay, I got nothing, guys. I'm bummed because those are like, that's an essential part of my crafting is my word strips. I can't even remember what the box looked like. I feel like this huge chunk, I lost a chunk of time in my life is what I feel like. I was just moseying along, wrapping up the Harmony Retreat, and then everything just went dark. All right, I apologize. I feel like I'm not very prepared, and I honestly don't know what happened to the rest of my... You know what the worst part of this is? I seriously, those were my true essentials. That was the whole point of me to show you that little box or that little kit, was that they were my ride or die. If the house went, you know, caught on fire and I had a minute to grab my most important craft essentials, that's what they would be. And to lose them, think about that for a second, girls. Isn't that frightening to lose your most important things? Okay, Mr. Crafty, you have to entertain the troops because I have to check over here and see if they're back here. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I don't remember what I put them in.
What video was it?
It was in one of my workshop videos. I was showing everyone how I had a little box that just had, like, this is what I do to make it simple. Is I put all of these essentials in it. I feel like I can't even finish what I'm doing because it's got all my important things in it. And I don't remember what the box looked like. And you know, you guys, I live in an RV. It's not like these things could be hiding from me very easily. Okay, I have an APB out on my box. Mostly Mandy says, I thought it was a pouch or bag. It could have been. Kesia says, search and rescue mission. Aren't they in one of those cute little bags? Okay, Miss B, it was not, so it's not in the polka dot bag. The Dymo was in a box with tools on rebuild day. So this happened after that, Miss Cheryl. So we definitely, Sherry says it was in an IKEA white container. Okay. I am so, I'm embarrassed. I'm having to ask you guys to help me. That tells you all you need to know about my organization skills. I remember having the little thing. So, Sherry, I'm going to go ahead and take you at your word that it is a little white IKEA bin. And I remember showing you, it was meant to show you how simple you could set up your little setup for crafting. I have no idea. It's not up there. It's not in there. I don't have it. But I'm missing my Dymo maker. I'm missing my word strip stickers that are in the little pad. It literally, wherever this little box is, it literally has all of my most important things.
That's the most important thing.
Which, that's a tragedy right there. So Mr. Crafty's behind me, wrestling around back there, looking for something, while I try to work on. Let me see. I love how that looks. I hate to cover up the little stamp though. It has this cute number little 20 cents right here. Does that look weird? I don't know. I don't really like that. I like it in front, not behind. But then you can't tell it's a stamp. Alright, I'm going without. How about these are my fun little Camp Wannacraft stickers. Nope, that's a bad placement. Bad placement right there. So here's a tree where squirrels are definitely known to hang out. I really cannot believe this. I've never lost craft
You had a
supplies.
crafty kit bag. IKEA white container.
I think Sherry's right. I think it was in a little, you know, like these little white bins, like something like this. I don't know. That's where I'm leaning. I just don't know where it would have gone.
Okay.
It's not in there. I only have like my makeup and skincare in there. This is funny. What kind of quote can we come out of this? This deserves a journal card. When craft supplies APB.
Ask Pam Beasley.
Yeah, Maureen says it had roller stamps, word strips. It may have been a rectangular shaped container.
Roller stamps.
And you are correct, because I see that my date roller stamps are missing too. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm missing my most important things. I don't even know if I can perform. It's like, this reminds me of like a fairy tale or something where,
Fairy tale?
yeah, like a character thinks that they all of their superpowers are wrapped up in this one thing, and then they lose it, and it's like, I can't perform now. I've lost all of my, it's like, I've lost my mojo. Okay, so here's my mother making one of her cute little faces that she makes. So I'm going to put oh, you know what? At least I have my amazing sticker book. Okay. Oh, there's stuff in here.
It was all taken out of the bin and thrown on the top of the bed.
Okay. Yay, you did it! The container was being used somewhere else, but here's all my stuff. Yay! Good job, Mark.
It was only them saying what came in it that allowed me to find it.
Thank you, girls.
If they hadn't known that piece of the puzzle,
It's like
still be lost.
it was like the Encyclopedia Brown Detective Agency. It was like what would be the Reset Girls version of that? Do you guys remember Encyclopedia Brown? I feel like you guys just solved the case. You gave the clues. Thank you.
They did. It was all them.
Oh my gosh, Celia, that's funny. We need a card that looks like a wanted poster for washi or scissors or something. Yay! When craft supplies go missing. We need the Scooby-Doo gang to help, Cori. Yes, Nancy Drew, Encyclopedia Brown, the Scooby-Doo gang, Mr. Crafty. All right, I need to write that down. Okay, so Mr. Crafty can be hired out to find your missing craft supplies. The Mr. Crafty Detective Agency. Finding your missing craft supplies since 2020. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Brenda's like, now come to my house, Mark. I'm missing my gold scissors. Thank you, Mark, honey. I appreciate that. Okay, here we go. So That's funny. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just, I'm hanging in there. In the future, should you feel like you're just having like a hot mess situation in your life, and just remember this. It happens to all of us. Some of us publicly. Some of us get to keep it to ourselves. But it's okay. I'm willing to share my little hot mess moments with you guys. If nothing else, but just to reassure you. I think it's easy for us to think that the girl, you know, the girl over there on that side of the fence has her, you know, has her life together, you know, and everything seems like it always goes good for her. But I think that's really absolutely not true.
I don't think we've ever portrayed that to our audience.
No, I've never, I don't think I've ever had enough, like, I feel like I'm always been messy. Honestly. I'm trying to find the right kind of sticker. I want to put a memory keeping type. I have these little cute little journaling label-y things. And that is what I'm kind of digging for in my little DIY sticker book thing here. Ha. My mother. Her and her little faces. Pen, please. Me and my mom, when we come to stay here, it's really awesome because me and my mom develop kind of like a little routine. We start we'll watch little shows together on Netflix in the evenings. Like we'll pick something, and it's kind of funny. We'll binge watch different episodes of things that catch our attention. And last summer it was all the British shows. So we were watching some interesting shows like Can't Pay, We'll Take It Away, which is really a crazy show to watch when you're an American because it's so different from how we live here with debt. People don't come knocking on your door when you owe somebody money or you're behind paying your rent. They don't come to your door and literally burst into your house and start inventorying your things to take them away so that they can pay off your debt. Like that would never happen here, but it happens in the UK. So it's really funny that the shows that we'll get caught up watching. So lately we've been watching, today is the 7th. Wait, this wasn't on the 7th. This was, I don't remember when this picture took place. I am going to go take a look at my little photo roll here, because that's the fabulous thing about having access to digital photos, is you can actually see what date you took a picture. Isn't that great? Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my Lanta. There's pictures on this photo roll that would be like blackmail material. Like the pictures of me in the hospital. I look horrible. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I was actually taking this picture on January 30th. So January, right? January 3rd. Where are we at time? 8 minutes to go. Not that I've done as much crafting as I should have, but 8 minutes to go, and then 2020, January. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to put the date of the photo like on the photo. I can't even tell if that's right side up. Okay. Because I like things to look a little messy. I'm going to tuck these in here. Kelly says that she could watch Downton Abbey 100 times and still not be tired of it. That's awesome. Oh, Mickey says that she watches British TV shows with her mom too. So lately we've been watching Hoarders. Hoarders, and so we have like a little menu of shows that we watch. So we bounce back and forth between Hoarders, this show. I talked to you guys about this show over the summer because I was super obsessed with it, and it's on Amazon Prime now. It's called Till Debt Do Us Part. It's a Canadian show. It's a reality show where an expert comes in and helps couples who are in all kinds of credit card debt, just debt, and she puts them on. It would be like Dave Ramsey coming to your house and putting you on a cash diet and teaching you how to get your debt paid off. That's kind of the formula of it. It's a really entertaining show. So we've been watching that just premiered on Amazon Prime. I was watching it on YouTube. And another show is called Eat Yourself Sexy. Another reality show where it showcases all of these women who have like terrible eating habits and lifestyle habits, and that person comes, that expert comes, and they get put on these very like healthy, whole food, plant-based basically diets, and encouraged to like quit smoking. And I think of all the shows I've watched that are about transformation, I really think that one is on the money, because it's really trying to detox your body and help you be healthy using healthy food. It's not about putting you through all of this rigorous exercise and really bad an eating plan. It's like trying to help heal you. So that's the other show that we've been watching as well. So it's fun. It makes me not want to leave. I don't want to leave my mom. So that always kind of plagues me, that, you know, I hate leaving my mom, and so you feel torn, because I want to go back to Washington and find a house and, you know, start our life again. And then on the other hand, I just don't want to leave my mommy. I've lived apart from my family for many years. Like, there's been times where I've, you know, moved to San Diego. I moved up to Washington twice. So I've never had a problem living apart from my family, but it definitely is different now that my dad is gone, and I don't like my mom being alone. My nephews come to visit her a lot, though, so that's nice. They're always taking turns spending the night over here. But it's still not the same, you know, and this is the time, like, I always feel like I'm going to regret not spending time with her. Like, what if she, you know, suddenly decides to leave this earth, and this is it. This is the time I have with her. So, I don't know. Sometimes adulting is so hard. I wish my whole family lived Washington the way I do. Okay, so then I am left with this particular little pocket here, which is kind of a busy pattern. So this will probably get something that's not super busy. I could do a smaller photo. I have these like little 2x2 sized pictures. That's a picture of what we did to the back of the RV. It was my little staged area for my little welcome to the Harmony Retreat video. I thought that was kind of cute. I wanted to have a little picture of that. So I think that is what I'll do, is I'll just staple it here. Chunk chunk. And then I need some kind of journaling. Red is too bright. There's a mustard one, there's a blue one, there's a brown one. Could do a circle, but you have to write really tiny. Should I put it down here? Should I put it more layered on the picture? I really like things being layered. I always feel like if things are, like, you don't want to put them down here because it's too floaty. I like them being anchored. But I don't know that I love that either. Let me continue to sort this out. So if I could put a sticker here in the corner, or on here, or here, or here. I don't know. Or maybe what if I just did that, just left it alone? Let's see, when did I take this picture? This was in the middle of January. I'm at least going to stamp the date on here. Okay. So Pocket Fever is going to be available 8 days from now. And that means you will be able to start, if you haven't caught Pocket Fever yourself, I plan to infect you. You shall catch the fever. And you'll be able to see different ways in which you can fill them. They don't need to be, you don't even need to put a single photograph in your pockets. I have all different other things that I have done in my pockets that have been super fun, and they just add another dimension to your crafting, another dimension to your paper, your playbook, that makes it just super like lighthearted and just crafty, and it's so much fun. I love the fact that the pocket gives you this small little canvas. It's like a little area in which to create some extra goodness. So that's my first page there, and then on the back side, here's a picture. This is my mom with 3 of her sisters, and they came up here and they had a little girls weekend at my mom's house. So I'm gonna, what date were they here? I'm gonna go through. It was a really fun weekend. We all went to Ulta, which was really funny, going with my aunties. My auntie Gloria was having me help her pick out makeup and stuff, which was so fun. And my auntie Dorothy, who is so fashionable, was celebrating her 80th birthday, which I cannot believe my aunt is 80, and she doesn't even seem like it. She's so cute. But she came on the cruise, the TRG cruise that we did last year. Was it last year? The year before last? Yes, year before last. And she brought her little altered book that we did on the cruise, and it was completely finished. She had worked on it after and gotten it all full, and I even took a picture of her with it, and it just was so heartwarming. So heartwarming. I love my auntie so much. Okay, and then I have this goofy picture here, which I know a lot of people are like, what? Did you take a picture of a can of Pringles and some molten chocolate latte? This, my friends, this is what led me to the place I am today. This is one of my lunches that I had, and so I thought this would be a great little reminder of how I have gotten myself into the situation that I'm now in, and good to be reminded about bad decisions. These are bad decisions. So I'm going to make a little strip that says this: bad decisions. It's like you need somebody who's more adultier in your life to be like, that's bad decisions. And that's really that's the adult I want to be in your life, in our new community that we are going to release to the world. Is I want to be that adult in your life that says, girl, yeah, clean up your act. You gotta get yourself together. Hi, Miss Andrea. Yes, my aunties, little gigglers that they are. They are so giggly when they're together. Yes, you were actually right next to them at the table. Aw, thank you, Miss Cody. And by the way, I'm happy to see your little face in the community. For a little while, I wasn't seeing you pop up, so I'm glad you're there. Yes, Bonnie, a trip to Ulta is always a good thing. I love Ulta. How many of you guys love Ulta? I feel like if they blindfolded me... Oh, yay, there's my aunties on the cruise. That was the night we were all in karaoke. There's Miss Andrea in the background with Susanna. There's Mark in the background. That was one of the best nights on the cruise, is when we had the karaoke night. And Paula had a whole group of girls up on the stage singing all the crafty ladies, all the crafty ladies. That was fun. Miss Kelly Bangs even got up and did karaoke all by herself to Bryan Adams. That was a super fun night. Okay, so there's my documenting bad decisions. So, oh, hi, Miss Christina. The name of our RV is called Liberty. That's what we call her. Aunties are the best. Yes, Bonnie, you are being asked to adult. Some of us have to adult. Some of us have to adult. Yes, Diana, she says, I love Ulta. My bank account does not. I know. Ulta's the worst. I cannot believe how fast. And everything's so tiny. Tiny little things, but big prices. And I feel like if you blindfolded me and stuck me in there, I could tell you I was in Ulta because it just has such a distinct smell. And it's such a good smell. It's like the smell of beauty and youth. Youth in a bottle. And I went to many Ultas across the country, and they all smell the same. I love that store. And I like the fact that they reward you. So like if you spend money in there, you get little Ulta cash points that you can actually use on products. So I love that. I love stores that do that for their customers. And they have an awesome return policy. If you don't like something, they're like, we'll take it back. You don't even have to have your receipt. As long as you have the credit card you use to buy it or the debit card, they'll take it back. And they have got really good hair, like the hair salon. I've always gotten good haircuts in there. So, okay. So we are at a little bit over the hour portion of the show. Ulta, Mark Parsons, is it's a church of makeup and beauty. It is a store that's just nothing but beauty products from all different brands. So you have high-end brands, and then you have drugstore brands, which is what I think is awesome about them. So if you're on a budget, you can still go shop. All the makeup and beauty products, hair products, skincare, it's just a mecca. And it has a salon in the back. And one of the things that's so great about it is that they have like all the products in a line. So like sometimes when you shop at little drugstores, you're only seeing little bits of what that makeup line might have, but in Ulta, they usually have like all the things. And they have a lot of like small boutique brands. They have an entire section of like skincare, like masks now. They have a whole end cap of nothing but lip balms. Oh my gosh. Ulta, I'm telling you guys, it's a dangerous store. I used to love Sephora. That used to be my favorite, but then over time it's like Sephora is just so expensive. They sell nothing but the mid to high brands, and I feel like I don't know. I don't love Sephora the way I love Ulta. And I was really disappointed my last Sephora trip. We went to I took my daughter-in-law to a Sephora in New York City, and I was really disappointed in how we got treated. We didn't even get a hi, thanks for shopping here. After spending that kind of money, the girl was like annoyed with us. That's how I felt. And when you spend that kind of money in a store, you should be feeling like they're friendly, they're happy to see you, they're like, how's your day? Or some minimal type of chit chat. So I don't know. I don't like it when employees do that, when they let their situation going on in their life affect that, because it made me walk away with like just a bad, like that wasn't even a fun trip. I got a better reception at the CVS store that we went to next, and bought a bunch of makeup there too. I just love makeup. Before there was planners in my life, I was totally in makeup and the beauty guru kind of like YouTube channel world. That's where I spent a lot of my time trying to learn how to put makeup on properly for the first time in my life. So it's just funny. I have never given up on that. Never given up on the... Oh, my Lanta. Natalie says she bought some Tatcha skincare today. Almost had a panic attack. Girl, I have never been able to talk myself into Tatcha. It just seems like so crazy expensive. Unless it is like, the experience is like, it's epic and just over the top and nothing like you've felt before. I don't know. I just don't feel like, I know what you're saying is I would feel that too. That same kind of panic. What, Mark?
Check the iPad.
Check the iPad. Oh, okay. Mr. Crafty's reminding me. Let everybody know that the crafting session for the Crafternoon is mostly ended. I just have this one last little pocket thing here. So if you were just here for the crafting, I know this was still a bit more chatty than I usually am with Crafternoon with Cori. So sorry for that. But now we have the separation of the Crafternoon, and now we're doing a chatternoon with Cori. Let the chatternoon with Cori commence. Okay, but I am going to finish this one little pocket, and I feel like I'm burning up right now. Okay. Whew. It's warm.
You need the fan?
No, I'm fine. It's not that. It's fine. You guys are, I'm so sorry. I feel like all I do is tell you guys like, oh, I'm hot now. I have a headache now. This isn't the health report with Cori. I'm sorry. Okay. Whew. Just chilling myself down. Okay. So, I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong. Jensine says Tatcha is amazing. Okay. I love Tatcha. I bought it. I buy it on QVC. I want to say that when I went to Tokyo, that I saw Tatcha like showcased in a very, isn't it a Japanese brand? I want to say that their drugstores and stuff, the way that they have them there, and I don't mean like a 7-Eleven drugstore. I mean like they had like designated little drugstores that were like very much about beauty, skincare. And the only reason why I felt intimidated about going into them is I couldn't read anything. I didn't know what the product was even for. But Japanese skincare, I very much think that I'm going to be dipping into that next time, because I'm just going to have to figure out. But I'm pretty sure Tatcha is Japanese, because I saw a lot of promotion of it there. So Baroque, love that name, says, me too, started with makeup and moved into planners. I think a lot of us might have done that, because I know quite a few people have said that too, that was something that they were there. And I think that's just because it was there. It was a community that was there. It was fun to, back then it was more about really learning techniques and how to use brushes. That was kind of fun. When I was going through my reset period, that was like how I spent a lot of my free time. That I didn't have a lot of free time, but when I did, that's what I did. I was invested in improving myself, because I always love to do that. Yes, thank you, Annette. It is a Japanese skincare brand. Natalie says, I used the Dewy Skin Cream for the first time today, and it is wow. Okay. I'll have to because Karen says that she's more of an Ipsy girl. I tried Ipsy. I tried BoxyCharm. I tried the Glow Addict box. I tried a few, and I wasn't in love. Of the moisturizers though, like this one, this is like my third tube of it. This is a Peach and Lily product. It's I think it's I don't know, they seem to have like this little smaller little boutique label within their brand. It's called Peach Slices, and you can purchase this at CVS. It's called Citrus Honey Aqua Glow. It's a hydrating moisture gel. So it's one of the gel creams, which I am so in love with the gel cream. It just feels so luxurious. Your skin just sucks it right up. And if you have oily or combination skin, this is the type of moisturizer where it dries flat. It doesn't have tackiness to it. You just don't feel like you have anything on. This is my third bottle, and it's inexpensive. It's not a high end, but it's part of the Korean skincare line of products, and I have been super in love. This is my go-to moisturizer that I use with a sunscreen. So that was a little commercial break. Okay, we now commence with the Chatternoon with Cori. Okay, all right, so let's talk about, yes, Natalie, I just found out my spring FabFitFun box just shipped. So I should be getting that any day. What I like about that box is like the stuff I don't care for or I'm not interested in, just because it's just not maybe for my, I don't know, not my interest or not a product I would use. I set aside, I have 2 daughter-in-laws and my own daughter who are all interested in like skincare and makeup. So I just set some products aside so they don't go to waste. I'm really happy with my little page. I want to finish this last little pocket so I feel like I finished something for real. Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you guys about has to do with the new direction. If you've not heard me talk about this, because I have been very MIA, I will be the first to admit I have had a very unhappy health report that has completely turned my life upside down. And as I've mentioned, I feel like I spend about at least half my day focused on my health, like because I have to kind of situation. So what I am realizing in the last, now I think this is my 3rd week of living this new life, that because I have to spend so much time in this new regime, it really has taken a toll on, well, it's taken a toll in many ways, but a lot of it I feel like is my ability to craft and create. So we're going to be doing a few things differently going forward. So I'm going to be swapping out like the late night crafty club. I just don't feel like I can bring my A game to the late night crafty club or Crafternoon with Cori, all the craft based shows that I've done that are where I feel an obligation to really be crafting, so that for some of you who are just not as chatty in the chat room, that you're really there because you want to craft with somebody. I feel like I just don't feel, I'm not feeling it. And that's fine. We all go through periods of time where we're not feeling it. We just, for whatever reason. But at the same time, I also feel this community is very, very important to me. And like I was saying earlier, even if the chat room was just available for you, I would still feel that like I really want to make sure that you guys still have a chance to connect. So what Mr. Crafty pointed out to me, the last live that I did, he said when you were doing the flip through of the book, the first part of it, you were just really dragging. But when you got to set the book aside and then just talk, it was like you got more energy and you were just more, you were just more lively. And I really thought about that, and I realized that if I didn't have the pressure to perform the crafting, I probably could handle more lives. As long as I don't have a migraine, I can handle it. Because then it's just me sitting here and encouraging you and just talking. And that part I really, really enjoy. And then I'm sort of doing something. You could be on your end. You can choose to either craft as I talk to you, or you can choose to chat with your other friends in the group. So you have choices. But I'm still there. I'm still popping up. I'm still going to encourage you and chat about different things in the community. And maybe something I read or something I've watched or something I've come across that is interesting enough to share with you. Those are things that I am willing to do, that I feel like I can handle. It doesn't mean it would be forevermore like that. It just, in this season that I'm just entered into, I find myself having very little energy. I'll be honest, like I have very little energy. One thing I am trying to get to is the point where I can at least go maybe to the gym, go swimming. Mr. Crafty and I found a gym near here that we wanted to kind of like join for the period of time that we live here, and just kind of literally get our feet wet, try and increase my stamina, that kind of thing. And like I said, because I spend so much time focused on my health and all of the things I need to do now, it's kind of like, well, I have to do this anyway. So it's just about redirecting the time that I spend with you. So instead of sitting here and crafting, I would be inviting you into my world of like what I'm doing now. So this is me doing lazy exercising. This is me doing my food prep. This is me planning my week ahead. This is me documenting my journey so far, which would involve some low level crafting, which is where I like to be, is just kind of on the low level side, showing you like, here's how you could work in crafting into this health journey. Would you like to come on the health journey with me? It's not about, like I said, not about losing weight. If that is a goal for you, you will be probably in the majority. Most women who would want to join a health community probably have that in mind. But for those of you who your weight is not a concern, I don't want you to feel as if you wouldn't have a place there. There's so many ways that we can build healthy habits. It could be better sleeping, just being more active. It can just, I don't know, it can manifest in many ways how you could be taking better care of yourself. I think the Harmony Retreat kind of set that in motion for many of you, is thinking about that, how you could do better with your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health. And so this health community I have in mind would kind of be very focused on accountability. We were reading up on accountability. Just what is that like? How can people do better when they have it? And Mr. Crafty found some really crazy statistics. Which, Mr. Crafty, could you repeat those for me? Because I don't want to say them wrong. Oh, I may have written them down.
Well, how about I find it and put the exact...
Okay, so Mr. Crafty is going to share the quote with you, so you guys can see how important accountability is into changing your habits. And this particular community, I know that we have a kind of a range of ages, but the majority of this community are Generation Xers. So we're kind of in the 40s into our 50s kind of age range. The majority of us. Some of us are baby boomers and some of us are millennials. But all of us should be taking good care of ourselves. And I think that because we are crafters, I think a lot of us are, this is a very sedentary hobby. And the more time you spend being sedentary at your job, and then you come home and spend time sitting crafting or sitting and watching TV, that's not what we were designed for. And that can definitely just create a lot of problems for us. And I think that if we took, yes, honey, I think that if we took the power of this, the encouragement in this particular community, and we kind of pointed that at just really helping each other achieve health goals, whatever they are, I feel like we could finally really achieve those goals. Some of us have been saying this for years. I'm going to lose 20 pounds, or I'm going to do this. I'm going to be at a better, place in my life, because having health problems, those are symptoms of what is really wrong with you. So you might develop different diseases. Some diseases are dietary, like type 2 diabetes is a very common thing that develops because of dietary issues. Heart disease. So some of us end up developing issues because of our lifestyle and have the amazing ability to help reverse it or improve it. So that can be something that I feel like this community could really embrace, and there would still be a creative component to it. There would still be, like, because it's me, I can't like leave that out. So I wanted to really show how we can not only execute on the better exercising and better eating, or just better whatever, sleeping, just better, self-care in general, but that we can create tools and resources for ourselves that are creative, like think about the Harmony Handbook that we just worked on in the retreat, and or making vision pages of what our healthy life would look like, and documenting our journey in fun ways. There are many of you who, could see, I think you can easily see how that could be really fun and unique and make us different from other communities that are just focused on, well, I'm just trying to focus on losing weight, where I really want to approach this in a creative way. Like, what fun things can we bring to this that makes it different? Mr. Crafty and I are like, we're always researching new technology. I was even thinking, like, what if I go for walks and record myself talking and giving you a pep talk so that you can listen to me pep talk you while you go for a walk? Or what if we could do a live where we go for a walk together? And I know that's a little difficult with some of like our time zone differences, and maybe I'd have to kind of stagger those time zones differently so people on the East Coast could do it and the West, or you could do it on your Saturday and you just like watch the replay, or I do a Saturday morning walk, which gives everybody the most time to do it, and you're together, and that's a possibility. And that's the kind of stuff that, like, I don't see that in largely out there in the internets, that people do that together. I think that I think a lot of you have had issues, and we all have issues, things we can do better. But I have focused largely on crafting, and to be honest with you, because that was something that I was passionate to try to change. I wanted to become more creative and crafty, and now I feel like, well, it's been fun, but I have to change this other huge aspect of my life. And what Mr. Crafty uncovered is the American Society of Training and Development. They did a study for accountability, okay, just on that topic alone, and they found that people are 65 more likely to reach their goals when they've just shared them with someone else. So you're 65% more likely if you just share what your goals are publicly, or like with a friend outside of yourself. But even better, people are 95% more likely to reach their goals when they share them with a group and meet regularly to review them. That was a jaw drop moment for me, like 95%. So I was thinking, here we have the forums, which a lot of you experienced when you went to Camp Wannacraft last year. What if we used the forums that way? What if cabins were meeting rooms where you could have small groups? They really recommend like 6 to 8 people is a really good group for accountability. That way you can really get to know each other and really have more of an intimate dynamic. And then that's what those little rooms could be, is your little pods or whatever, teams. I think teams is a cute way of looking at it. And then the forums could be used to kind of be like a public facing sharing, like threads. So here's like people who eat paleo, people who eat Whole30, people who are vegan, people who are Weight Watchers. It could be like threads that are all based on the way you guys eat, so that you have, community and like like sharing recipes, and what resources do you guys use? What are your favorite apps when you're kind of in this group? So that could be topics, is just based on eating styles. And then there's some of you who have like physical mobility issues. So you might want to feel like you have some ability to connect with others that are part of that kind of community, where some of you have, like, for instance, some of you guys have fibromyalgia. So you have limitations to your physical mobility sometimes and go through periods of like issues. Well, here would be a chance to get to know each other and then move your little group into a little cabin together. Some of you are, call the Spoonie community, that you have different illnesses that are challenging, and you that's, who you are. Like, you guys know each other when you see each other. You know the right words to say. I am struggling to explain all of that, but anyway, this is just something. This is something I feel is this season for us to kind of shift, I would say, more of the focus on that type of environment, creating that kind of world. Does that mean that the First Love Club and the Crafty Club would disappear? It does not mean that. It means that the majority of our energy and focus is going to go into the health community, simply because that's where I have to spend the majority of my energy now, because it's for my own benefit, and because I might be able to improve my situation. I would certainly want to share that and share what I'm doing, and that would mean creating new content, new videos, creating new tools for you, and I have a vision for creating a healthy, like, reset your health type of book. Like we have the playbook. I would love to have like a reset your health yearbook or whatever. I have so many different names for these little ideas, but something that you could either add to your playbook or you could just keep separately. You could do meal planning in it. You can do documenting and pocket pages and add quotes and collages. You can craft in it, but use it as part of your fitness planner that you're just planning, and then you have a group that you can join with. I'm going to be approaching my fitness journey with my faith. My faith and my fitness will be together, besties. So that's a conversation and content and topics that I bring to the table, but you guys will be able to post and be able to generate your own kind of your own conversations and your own questions, and be able to find each other through that. So it does have a bigger impact, and because it will involve, it involves people needing to be invested. That was where, it being a paid community would be part of things. And I think that because it will take so much of our time and resources, it would be kind of like we would tuck the camp experience. We would kind of tuck it into each season of the year. We would have this 3-month season that you kind of buy into, like a season pass. And each season will have different content. So maybe the summer season, it's like we're gonna go do a little 4-week camp together. We're gonna have the Reset Your Health book. We're going to do all these different little things. This is the little schedule for the season. So it's like a 90-day program that you guys would kind of like opt into, and you would have all of that up front, so you would know what you were getting. And then maybe the fall season pass looks a little different, because things change for many people. Their schedule gets a little busier because their kids are now in school, or they're going to school, or they teach in school. So and then the holidays approacheth, so we would kind of adjust the schedule and the price, but we would adjust those things to kind of manage that so that you are not overwhelmed. So it's very difficult to try to bring all this together, because we do so many things. So we have a faith group, we have the crafting group, we have all these live shows, we have the playbook, and then we have these 2 different, like a retreat and a camp. And that's just so much already. And then we're trying to insert this health world. So it's like we kind of have to kind of bring things down a little bit, because you guys only have so much time to invest in doing things and money. So we kind of have to be, I don't want to overwhelm you, because then you won't participate. You won't get anything out of it if we do too much. So I'm trying to find a happier balance, so that people, you're excited to join, that you're able to kind of stay the course. Getting you to commit to a 90-day time frame will really help establish those habits, and you'll have the accountability. So if you have a small group, you've made a commitment to each other that you're just going to hang in there for 90 days. And if you go, hey, next season I need to take a break, then you don't need to do the membership. You can just like do stuff in the Crafty Club or the First Love Club. And that's fine. There might be a workshop. The workshops, those are other resources that I'll continue to roll out, so you'll still have an outlet in the Reset community. So that is what I'm doing. I'm trying to find a happy medium to fit some of the things I know a lot of people love, which they love camp, but I feel like this summer I kind of want to bring camp back to the way Camp Reset was done, where it was kind of a happy medium between healthy sips and snacks and moving it, and then also like some fun little camp crafts, and just have more of that again, so that it's a nice balance of creativity and self-care. I always want to balance the creativity and self-care, which largely is what we're talking about when you think about it. Any kind of health related topic is really self-care in the big scheme of things. And that's always something I've done, always something I've supported. And so that's kind of where I'm at, and where we're sort of driving this little train. And I believe that when you invest, when you put some money down in it, you're far more likely to make it happen. You're going to push yourself a little harder. We noticed a big difference when we offered Camp Reset for free. It was a lot different than when people paid for it. There was a big difference. There was a huge difference in numbers, but there was a big difference, I feel like, in what people got out of it. When you're given things for free, I don't think that there's just something mentally, we just don't take it as seriously. But anything you put some of the skin in the game, you're going to be more likely to push yourself to do it. And even if doing it means you just show up. So there'll be special live events. There will be more like content to help you, to coach, like encourage you and coach you. Largely, this is just about encouraging you and just having girls in your corner that are like, you can do this, you got this. We can do fun monthly challenges where it's like this, maybe there's a couple fun monthly challenges. One challenge is about doing step counts. Like here's a picture of my step counter and being accountable to posting that every single day. This is what I did. And maybe there's a winner at the end who got the highest step count, or something like that. And there's so many different things we can do to make it fun. And this is a very special group of people we have in our community, and I think that lends itself also to it being special and it being different. So just know that this isn't severing off crafting, because it's not at all. I'm going to fold it in, but it won't be as big a focus as it has been, because I personally am not there anymore. And rather than try to struggle against that like I did the first few years of being TRG, I'm just going to own it. I'm just going to say, I'm just going to be transparent with you. And the truth is that a lot of you feel inspired and motivated in your crafting life, and then there's seasons where you don't. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just now we'll have another option for you to feel vested and encouraged, because all of us have all of us have a health, right? All of us do. If you're alive, you have health. It's the varying degrees of health that you have at any given time. And you can get a bad health report in a moment's notice that changes everything for you. And so there can be things you've been doing great, you've improved already, you've changed your situation, and you're the person that needs to be in the community because you can inspire other people. With your story, you can share, like, this is where I came from. And there's nothing like inspiring other people who are struggling with changing their habits. That is all any goal really is just about changing your habits to get there. And so, well, thank you, Miss Shannon. She's just, amen, amen. Thank you, girl. Yes, Susan, she said, Camp Reset 2017 was so helpful. It was definitely more balanced. So I feel like we really made a crafty camp. Camp Wanna Craft was so much fun. But just hear me when I say this. We will still have a crafting component in this particular community. I would love to share, a weekly, like, let me show how I document my health journey. Like I just did today with my little pocket pages. And maybe other simple ways. And I'm a simple girl. You guys see that. I'm simple. I don't do crazy crafty things. So I can help you keep your crafting simple and just be able to do it as in an efficient manner and be able to have something fun to flip through. We can meld the playbook into this new book. They'll be the same size. You can bring them together. So you feel like, oh, I'm going to take some art journaling pages out of my playbook and kind of meld them in here. And then the prompts I provide you will help guide you to think about your health more and documenting your health and different aspects of that so that you are kind of pushed out of your comfort zone a bit and, not just willy-nilly crafting whatever you want, but more now crafting around the idea of sleeping, like getting good sleep. Eating well, nourishing, like the word nourishment. What does that look like? I think when I really think of the word nourish, it sounds awesome, doesn't it? And that could be a prompt. So there's ways to bring in just the stuff that we've been doing, we can still do. It's just the focus is ever so slightly tweaked to health and the different components of health. So please hear me when I say it's not focused on weight loss. It is focused on just health in general. And I truly believe in my heart of hearts that as much as I hate my recent diagnosis, sometimes things happen for a reason. And sometimes a bad report could be exactly what God orchestrated for a reason, for such a time as this, because this was meant to be the direction, the path. And, maybe we were all brought together and we've spent some fun times going to imaginary camp together. And it was really about that bonding and bringing together. And now we're gonna go on a new adventure. That's all I'm saying. There's going to be a new adventure in the works. So, Mickey says, even when you make it, maintenance is still just as hard. And I absolutely agree with you. I have never been successful with maintenance. Case in point. I have lost a lot of weight in my lifetime, but it's back and more. So maintenance is absolutely part of that. And I think that's the kind of, just that thought is like, I'm already having mindset changes already about how my new life is. And in my particular situation, all the little safety net or the escape hatch that I used to have, I don't have any of that. Like I have to go this way no matter what. There is no hallway behind me. There's like the door shut behind me and you can only go forward. That's how I feel. So that's very sobering because all my former fat girl behavior that I've had since I was a little kid, I can't think like that. I can't do that stuff anymore. Like it's this way or no way. So some of you, might not have that level of extremity, but you have other things. they've plagued you for a long time, and you just want to change them. And it's hard to change, and then it's hard to stay changed. And you guys have been invested in this crafty community for a long time, so I have no doubt that you would be as invested, if not more so, when it comes to this topic, because it is so much more personal and hard. And many of you will have the opportunity to really shine as an encourager. And Kara Milner says, sweating with the honeys. So I have a lot of designing ahead of me, a lot of things that I need to do. I have a lot of, I have to sketch out a whole new book to do for this Reset Your Health. And I also, like I said, faith is a big component of that for me personally. And I know that there is a large faith community within this community. That will be my approach, but if you are not a girl of faith, that is not your position. I don't want you to feel like you are excluded somehow, because I'm sharing that from me. I'm sharing it in a very specific way, and the community at large is just going to be very focused on eating styles, habits, sleeping well, mental health, all of those different things that in general. So, but I know in my heart that I am not going to succeed at this without the Lord's help. So, that's where I'm going to be. So I have a laundry list of things that I personally need to design and sketch out and content to create. And I have to tell you, this is like, I may not be crafting, but this is my level of creativity, is making stuff for you guys. It's just not like in paper form. It's more of like what you guys are going to see on the website and what you're going to experience in the forums. That's where I get to creatively shine. So that's why I want to really kind of conserve my creativity and energy towards that, so that when we roll it out, it'll be worth every penny, that it will make you feel as excited and happy as you guys felt about going to camp for the first time. I want you to feel that. I want my brand to always have something unique and different from what everyone else is doing. I like being a unicorn brand. And so all of those things come together, and I feel in my heart it's my way of, I don't have to do any of that. You can just make things very basic and people will come, because it's really about accountability. But I love making everything shiny and beautiful, because I want you guys to just feel the love. I want you to feel like, oh, this is so special and exciting. That is my way of like loving on you, making you feel like you have a magical place to come to. It's already, making changes that are health related is already very hard. So I want you to feel like it's something that maybe you might look forward to, like getting to go into the group, and it will feel like an elongated camp experience, is just, having that kind of magicalness. So I have a list of possible topics that I can do on live shows, like what I would call my lives. I want to offer challenges and badges again, so that you guys have fun things to look forward to just participating in the group. But I just circle back. I want to let you know that I am going to change the late night crafty club for now. I'm going to change it to Fireside Friday. So the fireside chat comes from Fireside Friends, and it's really just it's like a throwback to, I think it was Roosevelt. He created this program in which Americans could tune in back when he was president, and just listen to him chat about what was going on in his presidency. And that was, it was very embraced in America at that time. So that's where the fireside chat comes from. So I rolled that out into our camp experience. I want to roll that back into the Reset community in general. So because I know that I'm not bringing my A game with the crafting game, I at least want to have a live show where the pressure's off me to craft, but I can at least do what I'm doing right now. We can have a very specific topic that we chat about, and that really you can either listen to me or you could just be chatting in the room and with your girlfriends, as long as you do it quietly, or you can be crafting. So there's always that. So I'm going to change up. We made that decision today that we're going to go back to the calendar and we're going to change all the references to Late Night Crafty Club to Fireside Friday. And that's what it will be. It will be kind of mixed topics or just chatting and just having fun. Show up in your jammies, bring your playbook or your crafting, whatever, your knitting, your whatever, something to sip. Maybe, remember we used to talk about that when we started the LNCC, is that I would ask everybody, what are you sipping? And that way you guys do not miss each other, because I hate that. That will take pressure off me and give you guys one of the best features of doing any of the live shows, is you guys getting to talk to each other in the group. So that will be Fireside Friday. I'm changing Crafternoon with Cori to, hold please. Let me go see, because I typed all these to a text. Okay, so Crafternoon with Cori will become Girlfriend Gatherings. So we'll be having a girlfriend gathering on a Saturday afternoon like we're doing now, and it will be chatty. So it could be crafty. I don't want to rule it out. I'm not going to say I'm not going to ever do it. It could happen, but I want it to be because I feel like it, because I feel inspired, because I feel motivated. Not that I have a hard time right now. I'm having a hard time right now. So I just want to try to mentally take that pressure off and just be there for you guys in a way that gives me life. And chatting you guys up, encouraging you, gives me that energy back again. And then, so chapel crafting. So back in the day when I started the chapel crafting, it was actually chapel, it was either chapel chat or chapel craft. It kind of went back and forth between the two when it was in camp. So this time I want to take it back to chapel chat with, that's so hard to say, chapel chat with Cori. And again, that is another thing where it would be crafting could happen, but I want to set expectations and it be more along the lines of I'll probably be talking. And I have lots to talk about, because let me just show you. Let me just show you the content. These are all books about faith and fitness. This is all about God and food. Faith, fitness, God, food, all of that stuff. So I have plenty of stuff to talk about from that perspective, and how we can incorporate scripture into our world. So I will probably still on my YouTube channel, I will probably still, regular YouTube channel, will probably still keep the chapel over there and have more of like topics. But I also want you to know, here's where I would love for some, give me a sounds great or keep it over there. So let me ask the question and you guys can answer. So I was of the mindset that I should start a new YouTube channel that would be the Reset Girls Healthy Habits. And it would focus, everything would be health related there. I'm going to do a video on Fridays, like faith and fitness. So there would always be kind of like a, health related talk with the Lord there. And then everything else is just regular fitness related content. And I say fitness, I don't mean exercise. I mean just in general, like healthy fitness, healthy, just being fit, healthy, in good shape. So it could be come grocery shopping with me videos. It could be a meal prep with me. Watch me meal plan. Watch me like build my plan for the week and what I'm going to be exercising. And I will share out there will be content on this channel that is not tied. supports the membership, but it's available to watch. You don't have to be in the membership to access it. You can just watch it. So I'm going to do some things publicly, and then the hardcore content will go to the membership. So my recipes, what I'm using, recipe cards, sips and snacks, all like meal planning, all that will go to the paid content. So I will share like what I'm actually making, grocery lists, all that kind of thing. I'm just giving an example of how that would look. So, however, as I've thought more about it today, I'm wondering if it's better just to keep all the content on the Reset Girl. It's just that for so long, the Reset Girl has been all crafting and not really like lifestyle stuff. So it kind of makes me wonder, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Am I going to lose tons of people because of this new content? Or will they be like, oh, cool, you know, crafting can be rolled into this. There, you know, it's fun, easy ways to document my health journey and this aspect of my life and how I'm goal setting, but then can make it a creative thing as part of this routine that one has to live when they are trying to achieve goals. So, anyway, thank you, Pearl Ann. She says wellness is a good generic term. So wellness, that's good. So my question is, taking just a poll, do you think it is better? I love having opinions sometimes. Do you think it's better to have all the health related content on a separate channel, or do you find it just be more simple for you guys and just, you know, it's all good. Whatever Cori wants to share, keep it on just the Reset Girl. So you can answer the Reset Girl or new channel. Reset Girl or new channel. So there you go, Cody. She says, I mean, your name says it all, the Reset Girl. And also last year, when Mr. Crafty and I were all gung-ho to be like, yeah, we're going to do this healthy living. And then we didn't really ever execute it because I just kept wavering and saying, well, I can't keep it up. I can go for a few weeks, but then I start falling off the wagon. See, I don't get that wagon anymore. So now I can't, like I said, can't do anything but go forward. So now it's like I'm all in. I have to do this, so I may as well do it big. So one channel, one channel, one channel. Yes, and Mr. Crafty said, and we had zero accountability. One channel, one channel, one channel, one channel. Interesting. Okay, that's not what I thought you guys would say. Okay. Well, I appreciate everyone's input. Mary, the YouTube channel does not require a membership. The membership is about you guys having a community. So you will have forums. There will be a website where you can access my resources. I will curate and find things for you guys to help encourage you. I will do special live videos that will live in, they're probably going to be in a live Facebook group. So the membership will have the accountability factor. But as far as like sharing stuff, like here's me meal prepping and here's me grocery shopping and here's just me giving some pep talk videos that are pre-recorded, that's going to be on my channel. And that's because I want everyone to hear that part, because this is what I'm doing. And then obviously that is my way of being able to keep inviting you. Come try it out. Just try it for a season. It's just 90 days. Just try it. And honestly, we wish we could do it all for free, but this is going to be so much of our time and energy. Like, you know, Mr. Crafty and I like to eat. We do. And we really would like to just, we would really like to have like a really focused effort at just like, this is what he and I do for a living. We would love to watch that community flourish because then I would really feel, I don't know, I would really feel like I was truly, I don't know what the right way to say it is. I feel like what an amazing impact that could be, because it's something that so many of us Americans, especially Americans, with our terrible eating habits and our terrible lifestyle, we're just getting sicker and sicker. And I just feel like if I have to do this anyway, and I get to make that kind of impact on people's life, is if it's only just providing this wonderful little space to help bring you guys together and bring encouragement and tips and ideas, and that I stay accountable to it and I lead the charge, I walk the walk, like I walk the talk, then that would personally make me feel awesome. That would give me my paycheck, that I got to help people at that level. And I know many of you have shared with me your heart and how the Reset Girl community, just the brand has helped you, and I cherish those words very much, and that matters so much to me. I think that this is, I don't know how to say it other than I just feel like God is pointing me. He has taken my little face and pointed me and said, "This is it, girl. This is where I want you to go. Blaze ahead. I am with you." So it's going to be very cool. So it is not, Miss Justina, it's not a non-crafting community. So this health-based community is a crafting community. This is a healthy, crafty community. I want that to be very clear. We are not leaving crafting behind. I want to encourage us to document, to make part of what we love, the crafty and creative side of it. I want us to incorporate that. That is what, so all the other communities out there don't do that. That's what makes this one special. That's what I want you guys to see and embrace. That is honestly how I have been successful in the past. I have lost lots of weight in the past by using crafty techniques, in how I keep a vision in front of me, my vision boards, the many of the little tools and resources I've made for myself. And so I know that it works. I know that it's helpful. So that's something I want to be very clear. It is still craftiness. I will never leave that out of the picture, because I absolutely believe that is going to make it more enjoyable for many of us. Because I'm sorry, sometimes it's just fun to sit and craft. But maybe when we sit and craft, we sit and craft and have a healthy snack or a healthy sip. That we share we'll have, finally it will take the Camp Reset to a new level where it's like, yeah, here's actual recipes and fun content that I've curated for you. Like, here's, we're going to have a healthy sips challenge. And we, come to the live with fun things that we challenged ourselves to make. And it could be fun. It could be getting you out of your comfort zone, and you're trying things. And, and we can be honest, it's not, celery juice is not delicious. It's not like a Starbucks. Okay. Karen says, everything on Reset Girl. You are the Reset Girl. I follow for you more than the crafting. You're truly inspiration. Well, thank you. I think sometimes I forget that, you guys. I sometimes forget, why do people watch me? And sometimes I just truly feel like the reason why you watch me is because, she has this way of crafting. Like, she's fun to watch do this crafty stuff. And then and so that's the box that I feel like I'm in. And that's why you guys show up, because you want someone to inspire you to finish your craft project or your playbook or whatever. Honestly, I think I forget that sometimes it's, I watch people on YouTube that I just love their personality. I think they're funny, or just they could talk about anything, and I would probably watch them. So I forget that applies to me too. So just when you guys think about this, just know that the way we have our fun little crafty playbook, there would be a fun little, my take on a fun health, wellness, fitness book, that it would be TRG style, you know, and not the, I don't know. I just feel like the fitness world is just so gimmicky, and it's so, I don't know, like it's all, I don't know what the right word is. It's just dry. It's like dry toast. It's just not, it's not creative and fun. And I feel like I want to bring that funness to this, which is all of us should be doing on some level. So, aw, Lidima, thank you so much. She says, we watch because you are family. I feel like you guys are my family. You're like my crafty sisters. There you go, Heidi. That's journaling, documenting is a big part of wellness journeys in my experience. And that is what I'm very gung-ho about. I want us to take like our art journaling prompts and do art journaling, but in a focused way that helps reinforce to you always about your health. And, you know, if you get tired of hearing the health content, that's not to say that there's not other things or other things you can do to adjust it. Maybe if you feel like your journey isn't really about improving your health, but it's other things like just goals in general, this is still a group of accountability. There will be topics for people who have goals that are just not maybe so health focused, but it still affects you because it affects your life. It affects your living, your quality of living. So just know that I'm sure will be other types of goals people have and would love to have support and encouragement. So it's just an overall kind of being well in general, happy with our living environment, happy with where we're at in life. All of those things contribute and impact you. And if they impact you negatively over time, your body develops symptoms that then you begin to feel, now I feel fatigue and tired, I'm in pain, I can't sleep, because something else is going on. You see what I'm saying? It's very holistic. It's a very big picture. And this is what I really want for us. I want us to be living our best lives. So, well, Megan, thank you so much. That's such a sweet thing to say. She says, I watched The Reset Girl because Cori is so authentic, so genuine, and really has a heart for God. The TRG community is just a reflection of what you put out there, Cori. I need to remember all these things. I'm going to go back and take a bunch of little screenshots of things you guys are saying. And Miss Shannon says, I'm an introverted Gen Xer who is inspired to write hello because while I have always loved the community, I'm thrilled to come out of the shadows during this new season. Do you hear Diana Ross in the background? I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I got to let it flow. Megan and Shannon, thank you very much for your comments. Thank you guys, all of you guys, for your comments. I I will be taking quite a few little screenshots and trying to remind myself, because honestly, I get very boxed in sometimes with my thinking, and I fret a lot. Like, what if I do this? They're gonna flee. They're gonna think that I'm trying to get everyone to I'm putting you guys on an exercise program and making you drink celery juice. And no, it's not like that at all. Not at all. Because all I want is for you guys to have accountability and encouragement for whatever that is to you at this season of your life. And whatever is impacting you negatively, if you're worried, fretting about things, maybe it's your mental health that you're just, you just need some encouragement, because we go through little dips and valleys and highs and lows, and some of us manage those things better than others. And if you need to have some of your crafty friends tell you, look, girl, you need to reach out to a professional and go talk some of that out with someone that can help you separate and really get clarity, then that's what you need to hear. Maybe you don't discuss any of that with your people in real life. You don't feel comfortable. You don't have that support. I think that sometimes it is easier to tell people that are people you haven't met in real life, but they're there. They're these little sweet little faces, these little icons, these little pictures. You guys are my buddies, and I see you in little tiny circles. Little bitty circles, but I get used to seeing that little circle, that little face. And I think sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes it's just this little crew. Oh, that's my mom. I'm doing a live, Mom. I'm doing a live right now. I'll be in there very shortly. Okay, love you. Alexa, hang up. We forgot to unplug that. She's in there going, hello. She's probably waiting for me. Yes, Teresa says, Mr. Crafty, you need to screenshot all the amazing comments. Yes. Thank you. Mr. Crafty, note to self. Yay, Victoria. Well, I'm glad to hear that, because there's some of you guys are in the process of trying to achieve big goals. So if you just need a group of little cheerleaders cheering for you and supporting you, then that is yet another reason why this will have impact. So again, how I'm envisioning our membership, it's kind of like it'll be a season pass. So it will be kind of like a 3-month journey. Although this very first one we'll be doing probably will be more of a 2-month, because we're kind of already past the starting point. So I want you guys to just imagine that for a moment, that it's not this year-long commitment or anything. It's just like, hey, I want to try this for 90 days. I want to see how we're doing, and maybe that's all you need to get through to your goal. And once you get there, you're like, okay, I can tap out, because I will still do lives. I will still do other things for the reset community in general. I will still have that piece, because there's just some of you who would love to do it, but you financially, time-wise, you just aren't able to do that. So I don't want you to feel like it's all or nothing. You have to be in the membership or you don't get anything from me, because we're friends. I'm not going to abandon my friends. And so for those of you who I just activated all of your ALEXAs. I'm so sorry. Yes, Christina, that was Mama Reset. I'm going to call her that. Paula calls her Mama G. Aw, that's so sweet. Shannon and Karen, you guys are adorable. Shannon says, we should get little bracelets that says TRG forever. Yes, and moms are allowed to interrupt. That is true. So anyway, that's where we're going. And please know that we think through all the aspects of this. We think about those who won't be able to join. We think about those who are going to join. We think about how much time, energy, resources our audience has. And so we have to, we need to set that bar accordingly so that we don't overwhelm or exhaust you. So trust me when I say, I put so much thought into how this will help you and not overwhelm you, and be like be a great choice that you made. That's how I want you to feel. So if you have loved camp, if you've loved the retreat, if you've loved some of the things I've done in the past, I want this to feel like that, this very glorious experience you can opt in and out of. So every 90 days there will be a new cycle, and you'll have a window to join it, and then the window closes, and then you can decide, maybe in the winter I will join the membership, because that is a difficult time for me. Maybe that's just a difficult time, and you just really need to know that you're going to have accountability, friends, encouragement, because that's just tough for you. Maybe that struggle comes because it's painful. Maybe you're in a situation where you have painful memories of the holidays. Has not been a good time for you. Maybe you are in a season where you're on the lonelier side. You just don't have a lot of support in your life. Maybe that's a struggle for you physically, because we eat a lot more. There's more social eating, And that's like a really high time for like, okay guys, what are you guys going to do? How are you going to manage and handle this? And we come up with game plans and we share our tips with each other. So I'm very excited about this. I mean, this is obviously something I am spending a lot of time with. And Diana's making a healthy smoothie with her dinner. I had a smoothie with my breakfast. It was very delicious. I don't have a starting date for the membership other than to say my goal is to launch it in this spring. So in this little window, it may not be a full 90 days. So we will price that accordingly. You know, we will, what do you call that when you, prorate it. And that might be something that, you know, you guys will want to jump in on because you'll want to test it out, take it for a spin, and see what that's like. So, I'm very excited for this. I think it's going to be a great new vista for us as this particular community, and it might be something that for some of you who were not able to get your friends involved because they're like, oh, I'm not crafty, I'm not creative, they will get so much out of this thing. I mean, sometimes when you have friends in real life, this could be something that you are able to invite them to come join, because this is something they can wrap their head around and just have like encouragement, support, accountability, and challenges that I present you guys, and things that we do, activities we do together, that now you have someone to do in real life. So I want to make this a really fun and special experience. Every season I want it to feel, I don't know, like something you like going to Disneyland, you know, like when you get excited for going on a great vacation or something. I just want you to have anticipation of like, what's going to happen this time. So yes, a lot of you are like, okay, dinner prep is calling. It's calling for me too. So I will, thank you, Shelly K, for joining. So thank you so much, for joining me today and spending time with me. We did do a bit of crafting in the beginning. So if you joined late, I did do some crafting. I got a front and back of a whole pocket page done. I just have this one little spot to fill. But I'm going to be making changes to our current calendar, so I'll be changing out all of the live shows and kind of changing them to be more chatty focused, just so that will help me mentally know that, okay, the pressure's off, because I am conserving all of my creative energy to designing this new thing that I want to release. So I hope that you guys can understand that, and that does not take away from you crafting and you charging forward and nourishing your creative gift, because that's super important. I'm just gonna kind of do it as I feel able at this time. So the next live, let me check my calendar. The next live event that I have scheduled is this Tuesday, I believe. This Tuesday, I am having a Tuesday timeout live in the circle of friends. If you are a harmonizer, I will be doing a little check-in. Well, not a little check-in. I will check in with you guys. Yep, at 6 p.m. PST. And I will be doing the normal little check-in and finding out where you guys are at, what little coaching, encouragement get going. If you have questions, if you're just kind of in a little slump, whatever that is, I show up, my harmonizer friends show up to the circle of friends. That will be our Tuesday timeout at 6 p.m. And then the next time after that is the 20th of March. So that is 2 Fridays from now. And that will be our very first Fireside Friday live. So our first time of just doing like a little fun chatty thing. And I will have a freebie. Miss Kelly Bangs designed a freebie. So I will have a freebie for that live. So if you show up to the live event, I will have a fun little printable for you that you can use in your playbook. And then the following day, the 21st, I will have a chapel chat with Cori, and then I will have the what was I calling it again? girlfriend gathering. So the 20th and the 21st is our next 3-day, like a 3-event weekend. So it's like a big weekend of fun. So bring your playbook and come craft while I chit chat. Maybe I'll be up for crafting, maybe not. We shall see. But that is where the next time I will see your little faces, unless you're a harmonizer, and then I hopefully will see you on Tuesday. Well, Shannon, I love that. Thank you for sharing that with me. I appreciate all of you guys showing up today. And thank you so much. The Fireside Friday will be right here, right where we are today. It'll be right here on my YouTube channel. So it'll just replace Late Night Crafty Club. But I don't want you to feel like you can't come in your jammies, bring yourself something to sip, and you bring something to craft. I will just be like the hostess. I will be the MC of the evening. And we'll just have fun together. Okay? Thank you guys so much for showing up. I appreciate your little faces. Thank you for all the great feedback. Thank you for all the sweet comments. Thank you for just being you. I'm so happy that you guys are largely excited about going there and to this new adventure that we're going to start. And again, just know that I'm not leaving my hardcore crafty girls behind. I'll still be here on my YouTube channel. This channel will still be here, and I will still continue to post things as I'm able to. So love your little faces. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you soon. Mwah! Bye, everybody. Bye. Have a great weekend.